I'm desperate to get into this story about the housing policy with Gemma Tognini because supply-demand balance as safe as houses, apparently. Scott Morrison's super home buyers scheme aims to fast-track first house purchases by about 3 years and ease long-term pressure on the age pension, with the coalition promising to avoid a price bump by balancing supply and demand. The Prime Minister said the scheme, allowing first home buyers to access up to 50 grand or 40% of their nest eggs, would ensure Australians are better off in retirement. Gem, you were around when the Walter Matthau of Australian politics, Paul J. Keating, decided to bring in things like super. Is it no surprise that the Labor and the super union funds are very annoyed at this? What's your take on it?
Well, of course, first of all, it's his legacy, right? So, of course, he's going to get his hackles up. This is the thing. This is the thing that he has defended verbatim. And you can understand that, right? But, you know, buddy, times change. Circumstances change. Many of us in the real economy believe we should be able to decide how we plan for our retirements. Our money, our choice. Isn't it interesting that these union-backed industry super funds, case surprise, are, upset about this policy and have come out to bag it? I think it has merit. I think it's, let's start with the fact that it's an actual policy. Hooray, better late than never. I think it has merit and it provides another pathway. And the other part of this is that, no, it's not compulsory. If you want to do it and you can do it, there's an option to do it. And I think that it's tremendous. Like I said, it's an actual policy. As for Mr. Keating, you know, your day is gone. Your contribution is perhaps not as relevant as you might like to think it is.
Yeah. Ollie, I think one of the criticisms for both policies from the buy it scheme, which is what the Labor Party are promising, none of them really address the issue of supply of houses in Australia.
No, and they're not going to. And I think you hear from economists or you hear from the Property Council that needs to be addressed. But I think politically, this also plays into Scott Morrison's message of people don't want the government in their lives because he's saying that's your money, as GT just said. That is your money. You choose what you want to do with your money. And I think that a lot of people are empowered by that. I also think that the argument being mounted by the opposition, which you heard today as well, that, you know, this is sort of a last-ditch attempt and it's going to put more pressure on the budget. Well, hey, buddy, Albo, your social housing policy is going to put a lot of pressure on the budget as well. So that cancels out each other's arguments. So, look, in the end, finally we're having a bit of a policy discussion here. I think it is also smart politics from Scott Morrison because a lot of voters already own their first house. Yeah. Majority of voters already own their first house, but there's a few that don't. So this is where the conversation has turned to come Monday, Tuesday, and it really sets up a pretty interesting week. Yeah, absolutely. I think those marginal seats, considering that there's a lot of the 25 to 35-year-olds and also the self-funded retirees in those marginal seats, it's almost like magic that they decided to announce this week.